Do you have an intimidating personality? Have you ever felt like the people around you might be hesitant to get any closer, or are in some manner scared of you? Many intimidating traits are more favorable than you'd think, as the perception of these traits changes when other people perceive you. How do you know for sure if you have an intimidating personality if you don't think of these traits the same way, or if you don't realize how these traits could potentially be misconstrued? Hello everyone, and welcome to Highly Successful You. Today, we're going to talk about the 10 signs you have a strong, intimidating personality. A confident, self-assured personality type is not always viewed as person to person. We'll be looking at how you might recognize if you are intimidating to others, and signs that your personality might actually be quite intimidating. Many of these traits and signs are mostly out of your control, but sometimes it's good to try and understand how to be better aware of yourself and counteract the more intimidating parts of your personality. If you're excited for today's video, make sure to hit that like button. So with that, let's get right into it. 1. You're adaptable. Highly adaptable people are often seen as intimidating to someone who can't understand them. These people can easily roll with the punches and go along with whatever comes their way. Adaptable people are the kind of people who don't fear change and are flexible in the direction they might be going. Risks and challenges are things to try and overcome. Change happens to these people more often than others because they embrace it and welcome it into their lives. This may seem admirable to some, even commendable, but some people see it as unruly or random. Chaos scares people. Even though you see it as going with the flow, they may see it as recklessly throwing caution to the wind. Some might find it challenging to let into their life because they would instead stick to what they know and fight for it. 2. You're unapologetically honest. Do you sometimes feel like a bull in a china shop with sensitive topics? Brutally honest people are often quite intimidating. If you, without a doubt, believe honesty is the best policy, even if they don't want to hear it, you probably ruffle people's feathers with your unfiltered truth from time to time. Honest people always have nothing to hide and won't sugarcoat their words if it means the message does not get across. To many people, this is amenable. Others say it's rude or downright mean. The answer is not to be less honest, but to cater your tone and words to the audience, depending on their ability to process your thoughts if you want to be less intimidating. 3. You're seen as a lone wolf. If you've ever felt fiercely independent, doing things without help or other people, chances are someone has found you intimidating. You can do things without overthinking them, which can give you an edge when it comes to making big decisions or operating in high-stress scenarios. Many people see these lone wolf types as intimidating because not all minds are wired the same way. Relying on others is an excellent way to find common ground. If you never extend that request, people may assume you're unapproachable or difficult to get along with and judge you from afar. Sometimes, a lone wolf will see themselves as better than needing help, but needing help is not a bad thing. Many people lean on each other as a show of mutual support and bond with others over a shared goal. 4. You command a room. Being told you're a confident go-getter is generally seen as high praise, but people who exude confidence often find people are polarized about them. These people can speak with a level of confidence that other people can't understand. This commands a room when you need it, or convinces people of just about anything. This means all eyes are on you when speaking like you have a captive audience. Many people see this as a threat to their own personality or ability, as if the two of you are in direct opposition. This is often not the case, but perception is difficult to understand. When people are too confident, they quickly become unrelatable or unapproachable to some, leading to feelings of envy or contempt. Allow other people the time they need to speak around you, without commanding attention to yourself if possible. 5. You're always moving forward. Intimidating people don't usually stagnate. They're constantly moving towards the next thing or looking to the next challenge to conquer. This level of ambition is uncommon and admirable, but not everyone sees it that way. Not all people are wired this way. Some people take the time to savor the moments and move slower. To them, these people can feel impossible to keep up with as they're always on the go. 6. You don't make excuses. These people are the type who are no nonsense. They don't make excuses or justify their actions. Instead, they believe actions speak louder than words. However, this level of directness may seem admirable, but not everyone sees it that way. In fact, it can be pretty off-putting. People who are used to making excuses may feel judged when they're around someone who's always holding themselves accountable or who seems to hold people to a high standard like themselves. 7. You're not afraid of direct conflict. Now, intimidating people often aren't afraid of conflict. They don't usually shy away from disagreements or arguments. Instead, they typically stand their ground and fight for the things they believe in. This can seem like a strength, but it can often make it challenging to find common ground with people with different viewpoints. Those less intimidating might feel like they're walking on eggshells around stronger, non-avoidant personalities, worried that they're looking for a fight. Not all conflict is destructive. In fact, often it can be a massive benefit to your personal growth. 8. You like to plan ahead. Intimidating people generally know how to best prepare themselves for anything. They have a plan B and probably one for every other letter too. This level of preparedness often comes from a desire to control the potential outcome or a fear of failure. It's essential to be prepared in our lives, but some people find that level of mental commitment unrecognizable and intimidating. Living so rigidly can intimidate or even overwhelm some people when you don't allow for surprises. 9. You like to keep your mind busy. People who get bored quickly are intimidating to some because they need constant stimulation or they'll lose interest. This high energy and mental libido can be very positive and manifest as a well-designed mind for multitasking. However, many people are used to taking things in more slowly and will find high-volume cognitive computing off-putting, as no one wants to feel like they're being left behind. If you constantly find yourself splitting your attention to keep occupied, or if you might be prone to daydreaming in times of low stimulation, then the people around you may be more intimidated than you think. 10. You are very passionate. People who are passionate about things often intimidate people with these strong external feelings. These people can pour their heart and soul into anything they set their minds to, especially those they love. Not everyone is wired this way. Passions are more fleeting for some. This isn't a bad thing either way, but on two ends of the spectrum, the other can be intimidating to each other. An intimidating personality is not always bad. For some, this may just be who they are. Some people struggle with self-awareness and need to cast a light within to better understand what others might be thinking. If you have an intimidating personality, that can mean you're confident, self-assured, self-sufficient, and adaptable. And this can make for a great leader, good friend, and a lot more. But to someone else, they might see you as domineering, smug, a lone wolf, or overwhelming. It all depends on the context and how much we know about another person. If you struggle to make connections despite your best efforts, you might be intimidating the people around you without realizing it. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Are there any thoughts you'd like to share? Drop them down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.